Frigid Hare is certainly a very interesting cartoon. This is a 1949 Merrie Melodies cartoon directed by Chuck Jones and starring Mel Blanc as Bugs Bunny. And the concept on the surface is pretty straightforward. Bugs Bunny pops up at the South Pole, having taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque, and while he's there, he encounters this young penguin who Bugs has either met before or after the fact. This little penguin did appear in, I believe, 8-Ball Bunny. I'm not sure the timeline for which one came first. But anyway, he encounters this penguin, and it's all about him trying to get directions to where he's meant to be. This little penguin's constantly bothering him, and then he tries to find the penguin, and it's... To be honest, the narrative isn't that interesting. I didn't find it that engaging. I didn't find it that fascinating. I did like the fact that he was on holiday, and there was a point where he mentioned that Warner had given him, like, I think it was 2 weeks vacation or something. I kind of liked that, slightly breaking the fourth wall a little bit. And the penguin character is very cute. So visually it's nice. The narrative I thought was lacking a little bit. It's not that engaging. It could have been a little bit more interesting. What makes it interesting from a historical perspective is the character of the Eskimo, and I'm going to use the word Eskimo because I don't know which particular person, I don't know if they're meant to be representing an Inuit or a different kind of group of, the blanket term Eskimo. And also that's what everywhere online calls this character. And indeed, they would have referred to this character as an Eskimo. And it's not exactly an inoffensive representation, I'll be honest. I've seen worse, but certainly the character's representation wasn't the best. The character didn't come across as well as it could have done. So it's interesting to look at the representation of this character from the time. I don't believe this cartoon would have been created now. So it's very fascinating to watch. And while I shouldn't say I like that aspect of it, it did give something that kind of captured my attention, where the narrative itself didn't really seem to hold me. So it is interesting, but maybe for the wrong reasons, unfortunately. But if you like things like this, I really enjoy watching cartoons from, say, the 20s up to maybe the 60s, even 70s, where a lot of interpretations of certain cultures or people are really questionable, because I think it's really fascinating to see representations at the time and how opinions have changed and what used to be acceptable then and that isn't now. And this is definitely an example of something that may not exist today if it were created today. It's just a shame that the narrative itself wasn't that engaging. I do like the penguin character. As I said, he does appear elsewhere, and I think he's very cute. And Bugs I liked. I liked the breaking of the fourth wall slightly with mentioning Warner and kind of saying exasperatedly, kind of to the audience, that he only has so many weeks of holiday left. Bugs was on top form. I liked him. But the cartoon itself, I think, needed a bit of work. Frigid Hare is not a bad cartoon, but it's definitely far from perfect.